right, hello and good afternoon from Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. This is Jack Dodson'S Racing Insider News with Adam Wellbrock, because we don't have Scott Allen today. So, I mean, there's good things always happen.
We lost him. I don't know where he went.
So that's a good thing. I mean, that's not something I'm gonna complain about too much. All right, let's take a brief look at our sponsors for this year. S&N Communications, Brian Morehouse. Thank you, Brian, for everything you do for us. You've been with us ever since we started. Fast Eddie's Barbecue. Took that bag of barbecue. I mean, I milked that thing for 2-3 days, make sure I didn't run out of that. So yeah, that was pretty good. Thank you, Eddie. Our Papa John's sponsorship. I want to thank them for giving us pizza every week. And if you use the online code when you order, you can use at papajohns.com and use Dodson25. You get 25% off of your order. So that's a pretty cool deal. All right, we have RDS Performance. Robert Nine Toes Skinnell. And I understand he's been working on something you got going on too, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So that's a pretty good deal. Mean Dean's Automotive and Grier and Associates.
Where are they from, Jack?
I was getting ready to ask you that.
I thought you did.
They're from that place in Carolina, right across the Carolina line. What's the name of it? You know what the name of it is?
You know where it is?
You know where it is?
Is it Moyoc?
There you go. You got it. You got it.
Jack can't say it.
No, I'm not going to try to say it because everybody made a big joke out of it last time. Gator Graphics. Want to thank Sammy, and he's done some stuff for me, and he's done some stuff for Scott, so we appreciate Sammy for all he does. Southampton Motor Speedway. They're still hot and heavy with the drifting out at Southampton Motor Speedway, and now they're doing the 2-car drags. It's a lap with the drag.
Yeah.
I haven't been out there to see it yet, so I need to go out there and do that. Mosquito Joe's and Robert Rumbles. Thank you, Robert, for being a part of our show this year. It's been a lot of fun, and with Bill Aker and Thomas Fontaine, we had them on the show.
That was a good day.
Yeah, so it was a good one. Pepsi, our drink of choice. I want to thank. I did have a guy who was bringing me the Pepsis, but right now he's been moved, so I'm working on that again. So anyway, that's the way it goes. Waltrip Power Wash Solutions, Hunter Waltrip. I don't think he's doing a whole lot of power washing. I seen him out on the golf course a couple times this week. So
I saw him at the race shop. He was at his race shop yesterday. He posted something.
Oh,
Working on a race car.
well, that's good. Turn 2 Synthetics, also a Hunter Waltrip thing. I mean, he's involved with. Langley Speedway. I want to thank Chuck and Bill and Terry for letting us come here to Langley Speedway. I mean, this is home, and a lot of people have said, you know, we're lucky to have it, and we know we are lucky to be here, and we're lucky to have like Bill and all them behind us. That's a lot of fun. Robert Bondurant and the Bondurant Brothers Distillery from Chase City, Virginia. You're a little too young for this, so we don't have that any here, so we're good. But anyway, we're gonna get some Robert Bondurant moonshine soon, so we'll just make sure that Riley's not here. MPM Precision Marketing. That's Tanya McAllister. We're going to be working with her on some stuff, and appreciate Tanya for being a part of our show. Black Acid Racing Apparel. Thank you for what you've done. Slinger Speed Co. Tim Brown and everybody, man, I tell you what, he is a hard-working dude, man. Keeps a lot of stuff going. I was talking earlier. He's got a lot of things he's into, and he's busy all the time from what I hear. Factory Canopies and Fluid Logic, Todd Davis and Andrea Calkins and everybody down in Charlotte. We'll see you week after next in Charlotte for the race weekend, but really cool to have them as part of our show. DA811.com. We appreciate them. They've been with us since we started the show. GAC, Great American Companies. Guillermo Amaya is the guy who runs GAC, and he's man, he's got stuff all the way from Texas all the way back east, and probably very busy right now through everything that's going on. So that's a pretty good deal. And I turned it off this time. Look at that.
Look at you, Jack.
I'm on top of it
Getting
tonight.
better every week.
All right, some news to talk about. The Cup Series this weekend, Ross Chastain got the win. He upset the apple cart a little bit there with getting the win, and some of those guys in the playoffs did not get the win, and some of them had a tough time. And the sad part about it is Chase Elliott is only 4 points above the cut line, and that's
Going to Dago.
yeah, you could go there and lose a whole bunch of points down there, but anyway, that'll be something else. In the Xfinity, Eric Almirola, driving one of Joe Gibbs' cars, got the win. Truck Series, Corey Heim got the win, and he did a heck of a job. Now, I'm not sure where Brendan finished in that race.
I think he was 20th. He had a speeding penalty on pit road. I think
I saw that.
Went a lap down. I think he ended up 20th. Somewhere in there.
I didn't see where he ended up. They also had an ARCA race, Kansas. William Sawalich got the win. ARCA West race was this weekend at Madera, California, and Trevor Huddleston got the win. Now, down at Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Southern Super Series and Blizzard Series races, Casey Roderick got the win. He was with us last week. He got the win. And he also is now the super late model champion of that series, too. So that's pretty cool. Down in the Alan Turner late models, Jake Finch got the race win, and Carson Brown is the new champion in that division. All right. The Virginia Triple Crown has a new winner. Peyton Sellers got.
I don't know if he's a new winner.
Well, I don't think he's been a part of the Triple Crown thing.
Oh.
I mean, he's been in the races, but in won races.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's gotten the Triple Crown.
Huh.
I may be wrong. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So.
Well, good for him.
Anyway. Wait a minute. Somebody. All right. Now, got some news from this weekend or this week. Carson Quapple today was named the driver of the #1 junior motorsports car. That means they got 2 new drivers over there, Carson Quapple and Connor Zilich.
Yeah.
And but now who's going to take that late model ride?
Yeah.
Who's going to get that late model ride?
No.
I've heard a lot of rumors.
Ravi Jack.
I've heard a lot of rumors, and one of them I understand is really hot and heavy down there. So we'll see how that works out. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, we may have local ties to that car. Let's say it that. Caden Honeycutt was announced as the new driver at Deese Motorsports in their truck. He's going to run the full 25 season. Joey Gates bought all of JD Motorsports points this year for his Xfinity ride. So JD Motorsports is out, and Joey Gates has got all their points. Want to send out best wishes to everybody in North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida that were hit with the hurricane. I've been hearing, I've got relatives in the area. Luckily, none of them were affected. But, areas were just, Chimney Rock.
Some of the stuff you see is crazy.
It's gone. That was a place, a big place there in Carolina. It's wiped out. It's gone. It's Asheville. The water was going through the Biltmore and stuff. That's tough to see. And to the family of Josh Slater. Josh Slater was a good friend of mine. We talked. He and I would somehow. He would call me. He knew exactly when the show was over with, and I was heading down the road. He'd call me when I was going home. And used to work at Phoenix Racing, and really hated to hear the news that he passed away yesterday. somebody, he evidently was at home by himself and he passed away. They found him, I think, yesterday morning. So want to send out our condolences to the Slater family, all the guys that worked with Josh through the years, my son and Jason McDowell and all those guys that were there at Phoenix Racing. This is a hard time for all of them. So anyway, that's the news for now. Anyway, all right, now we've got Riley Rondo. We've got Riley Rondo.
Look at you, she's got an outfit too. Working on the graphics this week, Jack.
You know, I'm not good at it.
Look pretty good to me. Check that out.
Looky there, Riley Rondo. Look at that, man. Pretty good, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Riley Rondo. Now, done got out of the bandos. Not doing bandos anymore. Sold your bando. So, tell us what you got going on. You're still in the go-kart. I mean, in the cart. Tell us about how that's going.
It's going good. I'm improving every week, and I'm so excited because we race on Sunday.
Oh, is it your last race on Sunday, or
No,
how many more races you got in the carts?
like 3 or 4.
Oh,
Just a couple.
oh, okay, that's cool. So how's it? You moved to another cart this time, right? You're in a.
LO206 road course.
I don't know those numbers.
They use the infield. They go in and out of the infield.
Well, I figured that part, but I
Somebody's
don't.
got to keep you straight.
I don't know where the LO600510, wherever that came
Wow.
from. So who owns the cart you're driving?
Mr. Tony Specchio.
Oh, okay. So you're doing pretty good in it.
Yes, and we started doing the roval. So we go through the infield, then we go around the big track, and then we go back through.
Oh,
Langley has the roll, Jack. Did you know that?
no, I did not know that.
You don't?
I've got to come watch this.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. So that's you got going on with that. Now, tell us about what your plans are. Come on, tell us now. Don't hold back.
Next year, we're moving up to limiteds, and the car's ready. We just have to get out here and get some seat time.
You done had Robert Skinnell to go through it,
Yes.
and you done had who was the other guy?
Gene Nichols.
Gene Nichols has gone through it.
Yes.
So,
Pretty good dudes right there.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, look at what all Skinnell and Millette have done this year. That's pretty big.
Yeah, I'm excited because I know he does some good stuff.
Yeah, he does. He's a lot smarter than he looks, but he'll be all right. He'll help you out as much as he can.
Mhm.
So, what are your thoughts about going to a limited next year?
I'm excited and I'm nervous because it's a huge learning curve.
So you got to get out there and learn how to drive it thing.
Yes.
Does it have a gear shift in it?
Mm-hmm.
You know the pedals?
Mm-hmm.
Scott Allen don't know pedals.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture? Some guy this weekend had a picture on Facebook in one of the racing sites that I look at. He went in and he said, well, we have enough pedals in this car to, you can't miss them. He had like 6 pedals across it. He had them welded in. So if you hit the wrong one, it won't do anything, but it makes you move to the next one or whatever. Wouldn't that be cool to get Scott Allen something like that? Then again, you put 6 pedals in there, Scott Allen still ain't gonna hit the right one. So
You
anyway,
might freak out.
well, that's cool that you're gonna do that. The dad's getting it all ready for you. And
Yes.
he spends a lot of time. Do you go out there and help him work on the
Yes.
car?
We spent a long time out there trying to get my seat and my pedals adjusted so I can reach.
I want to see you race. I want to see how you're gonna do that. First thing you do, just go get used to the car first before you try to get
Speed.
a lot of speed in. Get to the car
That'd be cool.
because that's a big step
Yes.
from a bando to a limited. I mean that's huge.
Oh yeah.
So
Other people have done it though, so you can do it.
yeah, I mean it's not undoable. I mean you can do it. It's a pretty good deal. So you got anything you cheating up on? Cheap stuff?
Nope.
You're not? So you didn't really have Skinnell do anything much but just help set it up because No, I ain't gonna say. That's wrong. I shouldn't have done that. So, well, tell us, you got some other news. You got some other news. I got a text message. And then somebody else reminded me, I ain't gonna call names, but somebody else reminded me, we got a boyfriend now.
Yes.
What's his name?
Riley Caldwell.
Riley squared.
So what's he do? Does he play football or?
He owns race cars.
He owns race cars?
He owns Cash Brown's Bando.
Oh, okay.
Who's out here the other night?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Owns Cash Brown's Bando and your boyfriend. Now, see, when a lot of people get boyfriends and girlfriends and stuff like that, their performance goes down. You're not gonna let that happen to you.
No.
You're gonna stay busy and,
Yes.
and working hard.
Yes.
Now, you're involved in a lot of other stuff at school.
Yes.
I do know. I mean, you are one of the most athletic people I've ever met in my life. I mean, you're in the field hockey. What else do you do?
Just field hockey and racing.
But I thought you were.
But I did bandos, karts, my travel team, and school field hockey.
So you do a lot of traveling around and all that too, right?
Yes.
That's cool. So what do you like the best? Racing or field hockey?
Racing.
Racing, you like racing?
If we have racing or field hockey on the same day, it's racing.
So you have told your coaches that if we have a race on field hockey game day, you're not coming to that. Well, that's a pretty good deal.
They understand.
Big investment you got to put in there to do that. Mm-hmm. So what made you decide to get out of Bando? Just give us.
The huge wreck I had, we don't really know what happened, and those cars are so finicky sometimes. We just decided to take a break and get ready for next year.
Well, that's a good idea. And those cars, something happened to them. It's a pretty big thing there. You took a good wreck back there. So what are you going to do with this little time off? Are you going to be able to get any time into driving the new car?
I just depends on if I have time off from school.
You can have time off from school. That's not good. You can't do that. All right, now who all sponsors you with your? Look at this. She pulled it what? Phone now?
I want to thank my mom, my dad, my grandma, grandpa, Mama, and Papa. They always come out and watch me race. Mr. Dylan Spain, he sets up my cars, the reason I was so fast. Mr. Tim Brown, he does my shirts, hats, stickers, everything. Mr. Jonathan Muller with JMR Racing, he got me he helped a lot in go-karts. Miss Margie Wiley with Freedom Street Partners, Mr. Jeff Wells with Performance Mechanical, Mr. Jeff Hodges with Seaver Scout Company, Mr. Keith Wilson with York County Customs, Mr. and Mrs. Shiflett with Mean Beans Automotive, Mr. Dan Wilbert, Mr. Grier with FRT Motorsports, Mr. Todd Filer with AMSOIL East Coast Synthetics. They always give us oil and make sure we're good. My dad with JDR Transport, Miss Vivian Williams with Miles and Seamless Gutters, Mr. Robbie Morris with JC Hayden Concepts, Mr. Jack Dodson Racing Insider News, and Mr. Scott Allen, Mr. Rick Godovic for driver coaching me, and Mr. Tony Specchio for the kart riding.
Got everything covered.
That's pretty cool. Now, what you said with Rick Godovic helping you with driver, whatever you said. What all did he do for you? I mean, what did y'all do? I mean,
we went to Le Mans karting, and even though that track is different than out here, he was just hoping, like, you gotta try something different every time, and when it works, keep going. And then he talks good every time I do something out here.
Cool. So, I mean, does he come out to see you race out here too, and sometimes see how things are going?
Mm-hmm.
So when he's coaching you, does he have a radio and you're talking to you about it, or
no?
It's just you do it, you come out and he talks to you then.
Yes.
That's a pretty cool deal that you got all that going on. I mean, and it was a big deal this past year when you won the Miles of Seamless Gutter thing. It was really huge. Even though one part of it never showed, but we'll we're gonna try to do everything.
We're working on it.
Well, yeah, we're gonna correct that somehow or other. But, that's a little bit, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. We'll get on that one. So what was it like when you found that you won that thing?
I was very happy and very thankful.
Now, the good thing about it is Scott and I had nothing to do with it. Scott and I said, we put it all together, but we let the employees at Miles do all the picking of the people in it. And I was driving home from Charlotte last year when that decision was made. And that was wild. I mean, I'm on the phone about 3/4 of the way home from Charlotte, and they were going through it. I couldn't see what they were looking at, but I could hear what they were talking about. So, but that was good. I mean, it was cool. And you were very deserving of it. You did very well. So I think you lived up to it. You gonna try it again this year?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That'd be good. And while we're on that subject, we're gonna do that again this year. But this year we're only going to do one driver. That one driver will get $5,000. We'll have chairs like these right here to go with their pit or in their trailers or their pits or whatever they want to use them for from Factory Canopies. They're going to donate some chairs. So we'll still have, I don't know where we're going to get the other stuff from, but we're talking about maybe Tim Brown will get us some t-shirts and stuff like that for the winter. So that's pretty cool. So you did good. At least you got part of it anyway.
Thank you.
So what is your ambition in sports? Racing, I guess, is because you said that's your number one thing. What's your ambition?
I just try to do my best, and everything I do, I put my heart into. And I'm always hard on myself because I try to do good, but at the end of the day, I'm just having fun.
Does your dad stay on you when you're racing? I mean, is he on the radio with you?
Mhm.
Does he get on you when you're racing?
Mhm.
He does.
Yes.
Do you ever just want to turn the radio off and go on about your business?
Sometimes. I know it's for the better.
Okay, well, at least you got it going like you want it to be. That's pretty cool. Well, I mean, you got the world by the tail right now. Everything's good.
Yes.
Got a boyfriend. Gonna have a limited next year.
Waiting and ready.
Got you still doing the karting. Got all the field hockey stuff. Does the boyfriend go to your field hockey games too?
He did, yes.
He did?
I had a game at his old school when he came to it.
Ah, where was his old school?
Great Bridge.
Oh, so you had to go to Great Bridge and he came to that game, huh?
Yes.
Okay. So did he come and hang out with Dad and you and everything in the shop? And
Not really.
well, you need to get him involved in getting over and helping him work on the car. That's what boyfriends are for.
Okay.
You need to do that. That's the way it's supposed to be. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming by and being with us. I mean, I'm happy to see everything going good. And
Thank you.
be back in the limited next. We'll be in the limited next year, but back on the track. It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
I can't wait. I mean, I'm excited for you. I mean, it'll be a lot of fun. Just watch them guys. They're kind of crazy sometimes out there on the racetrack. So,
Yes.
She used to race bandos against a lot of them.
yeah.
She knows.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she does, but bigger car,
Oh.
a little more, a little more out there to reach for. So anyway, well, we appreciate you coming by. Thank you for being
Thank
with
you.
us. It's been a lot of fun. We've enjoyed being part of your race situation this year. It's been good for us.
Thank you.
Hopefully maybe we'll see how things go for next year. Maybe things will go good again next year. Anyway. All right, that's Riley Rondeau. We appreciate Riley. You gonna hang around with us, or you gonna?
I don't know. I hang around.
Okay, good. Waiting on KEELEY DUBINSKY is going to be our next guest on the show. She's gonna call us and talk to about the cars tour.
She's a busy girl.
Yeah, she's into everything, man. The cars tour. She's calling the shots.
Keeps it running.
Director of operations, everything. Glad to see she's got some help this year.
Yeah, she got Carson.
Carson Ellis, yeah, helps out with it. So it's pretty cool. So your ambition to get in the car tour sometime?
Hopefully.
NASCAR?
That's my dream.
That's your dream? I hope that works. It's kind of tough and I just, the girls that go up and try to race with them guys don't give them no cut. They don't cut them no breaks, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So are you ready to put somebody in the wall if you have to?
I won't drive them dirty, but I definitely won't let them beat on me.
Well, I like that idea. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. So, anyway, all right. Let's see. I'm hoping Keeley will come on board pretty soon. Who's your favorite race car driver?
Keselowski.
Huh? Brad Keselowski. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I've always just liked him.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Thank you for that one, huh?
well, no, I got a picture of Brad Keselowski in my living room
With you?
with my daughter and my son. When my son was working at Phoenix, when Brad Keselowski got his first win, was in a Phoenix race car
That's right.
at Talladega.
Yeah.
That was also my son's first race with Phoenix Racing.
Wow. So was he in Victory Lane?
Yeah, he was
Wow.
in Victory Lane.
That's cool.
And because he called me as he was running down pit road to go to Victory Lane, and he called me on the phone. And he said, Dad, we won. I said, yeah, I've been watching. He said, I'm on my way to Victory Lane, but I don't know where it's at.
Follow the race car. Look for your shirts.
But half the people, a lot of the guys that don't necessarily travel with the team all the time, that were there, that were kind of helping them, they had already left.
Oh, wow.
And Mr. Finch had left.
Wow.
And he got down the road and found that his car was winning the race. He got a police escort back to Talladega to go to the race and to be there when they got the win. So, but anyway, since then, the joke was that Brad was my daughter and son's brother. They used to call him brother. They called him Brother Brad. Look, there's Brother Brad. So they took a picture of Brad Keselowski and them together at Martinsville and put it in a great big thing for me. And I've got it hanging in my living room right now. Them.
That's cool.
So I'm not a Brad Keselowski fan, but I do have, I had some.
You lean that way.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Until he was at Texas and he wrecked Jeff Gordon.
The chase for the.
But he's there for a while. I mean, there for a while. The only time I got to see my son was in a fight.
Was he in that?
Yes.
With Jeff Gordon?
Yes. He was right in the middle of it. The officials grabbed him.
Oh, no.
And because when he come out, he's the first one to the car. He takes all of Jeff's stuff off.
He was working for Jeff.
Yeah, he took all the stuff off. Jeff gets out of the car, Brad Keselowski, and then they're talking trash back and forth. My son walks around and takes his fist and puts it right in the middle of Brad Keselowski's car. Buddy, you wrecked us, or whatever he was saying. And it's all on TV. I'm sitting there watching every bit of it on TV.
Oh, yeah.
And they come over and got him and took him away.
Here comes Kevin.
So, yeah, and then Kevin pushed. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, what a day.
But, yeah, Brad Keselowski was your favorite driver. He always been your favorite driver?
Yes.
Okay. I guess you're all right with that.
I don't have any cool Brad stories. I saw him sitting in line for the snack bar at Southern National last year. That was about it. The infield, I said, that's Brad. I look back at him.
Well, he came and sat behind me in the media center at Richmond. Right behind me. And they were doing, they do the media stuff inside there now. And he was sitting right behind me. I didn't bother him while he was doing his interview, but after it was over, I leaned back and told myself, man, I picture you. And he said, what? I said, I picture you. You're supposed to be, you were good friends with my son and everything. They call you Brother Brad. He said, what? So I pulled my phone and pulled a picture up and showed it to him. He said, you got to send me that picture. I want that picture. So I had to send him the picture.
Wow.
So, yeah, he's cool.
He seems pretty
Well, he comes in the media center. He makes himself at home. He goes and plots himself down. Everybody else stands up and does an interview. Brad don't do that. He sits down. And,
He's a champion. They'll come to him.
so you go to races in Richmond and places like that sometimes. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, Keely, we're waiting for you now. I reckon she knows what she's doing here. You got nothing wrong from her yet. Anyway.
That's gonna be a good fight. For the Cars Tour.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. Where are they at in the next race?
I don't know, but I know Caraway's next. I think they only got 2 races.
Yeah.
I have to look it up now.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Them two guys are gonna fight it out. All right. Yeah, there she is right there. All right, let's bring Keely on here and talk with her about Cars Tour stuff. I know she there she is. How you doing?
Hey guys, good. How are y'all doing?
Well, we're hanging in there. So what all you got going? I mean, you got big things going on in the Cars Tour right now. So what kind of things what kind of big things, festivities are you gonna have?
Man, you mean in general?
Yeah, I mean, you got what, 2 races left?
Yes, we do. And sort of thank goodness, because this has been probably one of the most grueling seasons that we've had yet. 17 events on the calendar for the late model stocks. Doesn't seem like it would be too much, but at the same time, when you factor in like opportunities for rain dates and even factoring the banquet dates that we're finding now, I mean, it's really, really difficult to be able to be good partners to the home tracks, or good partners to NASCAR, good partners to any other series as well, Stars, CRA, all of it. So I mean, we try to work with everybody, but at the same time, there's only so many weekends a year that work for all of us. So it's been definitely difficult, but we're growing and we're growing fast, and so that's what I can be thankful for.
You got to believe it. I mean, it is unbelievable how fast the Cars Tour, how it's moved in at least the last year or so. I mean, it's unbelievable. Everybody talks about the Cars Tour and the championship battle you got going on this year and everything. That's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah, actually, too, something that's kind of neat is, I'm the keeper of the stats, right? So then we send it off to the database, and we have other people that really truly like handle our stats, but I'm the keeper of them initially, and so I tallied them up right after our previous race, and uh, Bean and Connor Hall are at a dead even tie based upon the extra point at the end of the year for most polls. So I mean, we're going into Tri County at a dead even tie for the championship title, which
wow.
is pretty cool. And like previously, in previous years with the Car Store, we've always seen like a 1 to 2 to 3 point gap, right? And then kind of tallying in those end of year points. But I don't know that it's been this tight going into the championship. So it's pretty exciting.
What is exciting for a lot of us here in this area is the fact that those 2 guys from here are the 2 guys battling for that championship. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, the good old Virginia boys. So they have certainly made some noise down here in the Carolinas. We're
You're
proud
not
of them.
kidding. And because of the Cars Tour and everything that brings out, there's opportunities for them to move up and do other things. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of things going on between the 2 guys right now. So that's really cool that the Cars Tour is the backbone to all that.
Yeah, well, one thing we've always tried to steer away from the general concept, but at the same time, like we are the developmental program for the big leagues, right? Like, there's multiple levels of competition, but I mean, general consensus is that once you hit the Cars Tour, you need to understand that, I mean, the entire field is qualifying within a tenth of each other in the late model stock division, and our pro late models it's only growing from there, which can't say enough about how proud we are of the trajectory of that and what our plans moving forward are. But you know, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's pretty telling that this division is so difficult to the point where they are getting deals at the upper levels because of their performance at the short track level, which is something that we haven't seen in years.
Yeah, and they're getting a lot of it, gotten a lot of attention that way. But the attention for the Cards Tour really hit big time when Dale Jr. and Kevin Harvick and everybody, those guys got involved in the Cards Tour. I mean, look how fast it took off once they got involved in it.
Yeah, see, and one thing I'll say too is I feel like, at least from my perspective, and I feel like I can kind of touch on this a little bit because I've been with the series. This is, you know, season 7 for me that I'm about to complete. But you know, I feel like once we had this new ownership group come in, we got a couple new big sponsors that everybody kind of expected us to operate immediately at this level. You know,
Yeah.
and so it's been like a little bit of a challenge for all of us to learn, like, how far do you progress? Like, you have to look at every single aspect in the company when you make decisions towards progression, right? Like, I mean, it's all those little things that I feel like, as the small group that we have in the office, is just trying to navigate, and we don't take any decisions lightly. You know, we truly go through each decision. Ownership weighs in, and I think it's really just finding that perfect balance so that we can continue this great trajectory of short track racing to the upper levels.
You know, the Cars Tour has really developed over the years, but you've got some people involved in the Cars Tour. Kip Childress. I mean, he came from NASCAR, and I sat up here and talked with him when he came here for the Hampton Heat. I sat here and talked to him for a long time. I mean, this is a guy that has a lot of experience, and that is beneficial to the Cars Tour. And I mean, that's got to be unbelievable to have him as your, I guess, what, tour director or whatever. I don't know what you call him, but
Yeah, I mean, and you know, the wealth of knowledge that Kip comes with, especially not just from the upper levels, but with his past, and you know, he's had his hands in a lot of different aspects of the industry too, not just from like the series official standpoints, which I think makes him kind of like a little bit more of a secret weapon, right? Like, he has way more knowledge under that tool belt than I think that people realize, and he's very bright, and you know, I think that he's growing, he's learning that, you know, we're taking all of these little rednecks and we're polishing them up here, certainly sometimes, but he's doing a good job at leading us, and but also like understanding the values that the series was built on and trying to keep those intact as well.
are you keeping Jack busy? I mean, he's got all this help now, and I'm not sure he gets to stay as busy as he was before.
You know what, Jack, he just celebrated his 50th wedding anniversary with his wife, and they went to Alaska for 2 weeks. He hasn't been to a couple races. I mean, he's Jack McNelly. That man has done enough for us. Let him enjoy his family and his
Yeah.
grandkids and play out in the yard, you know, and but make no mistake, I still call him anytime I need something, and that's above my head. So certainly he's been brilliant and incredible to have, but we're really happy to see that he's enjoying his family more now too.
And I see where you got a little bit of help too with Carson being around now. I mean, you know, looks like she's very involved in everything that's going on.
So, and actually, too, fun fact is that Carson Elledge did not join the Cars Tour whenever she was announced hired. Carson has been with us since we were partnered with Mamba Media, with Mamba and Jack and I. And so Carson has been actually helping with the series and kind of progressing that trajectory of the developmental program with us for years now. So now she's obviously into a little bit of a different role with us, but she's incredible. She hustles. You know, she'll tell you all the time. She's like, I don't get tired. I'm all right. But she really has stepped up to the plate and taken on way more responsibility and way more tasks in the company that we could have even asked her to do to, keep continuing our building process. So, man, she's got her mom's brain. I'll tell you all that. She's a smart
Now,
one.
Now, we're getting close to the end of the year. 2025 is coming. What kind of things, I know you can't tell everything that's going on, but are there some new things going to take place for 2025? Anything new or any new race venues or anything like that may be coming up? You don't have to tell us where, but.
Looking into a few new markets. No guarantees or promises yet on any new tracks, but there have been many conversations happening with different tracks throughout our region, and expanding a little bit into some other regions that are still very close. Okay, still very close, but that part's been kind of fun too. I think that those Virginia tracks are super special. We're not willing to give those up, and especially like the markets that we have been in. But I think that introducing new markets isn't a bad thing for us. And one thing that we always try to look at whenever we do go into these markets is the racetracks that are like, they want to better themselves, right? Like they want to get new grandstands, like they want to make the restrooms better and kind of grow their program too. Those are the ones that we lean more towards partnering with, because when we bring our name into town and they can, like, I guess, make their facilities better as
Right.
well. Like we all kind of win, right? So it's just really making sure that we pay attention in like the health of everything overall. I always say it's an ecosystem, right? So it's just making sure that the entire ecosystem is healthy and not just to one specific region.
And another good thing about the Cars Tour, the car counts on the Cars Tour are unbelievable. You got a good car count at every race, just about.
We do, but we understand that like I had said previously, is that the 17 race schedule was a little bit too much. So I can tell you all that right now. It's not been announced yet, but we are going to scale back on some races for the late model stocks. Pros, TBD, it's going to look about the same, but certainly with the late model stocks, one thing that we pride ourselves in is like really listening to our competitors and having these meetings where we can, kind of discuss like the trajectory of it and making sure that this is beneficial for everybody involved. So we've been looking into that, and we are certainly going to scale back.
Oh, okay. That's new. That's news. That's pretty good news there. Well, anyway, Keel, I know you're a busy person, got a lot going on, getting ready to finish up this season and everything. So I appreciate you taking a few minutes of your time and talking with us and give us an update on everything that's going on.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the time. I know it's been a while since I've kind of jumped on and really talked about the tour. We've just been certainly busy and trying to make it the best that it can be. So I appreciate it. And it was great chatting with y'all.
It was really great talking with you. And look, I tell you what, I didn't catch up with you very much when you were here at Langley. So I know you're a busy person. So next time you come to Langley, I'm going to catch up with you.
Well, next time I come to Langley, let's just all do dinner together. How about that?
Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
There we go.
Crab
legs on me.
Dinner on me. Dinner on me. All right, we'll talk to you again real soon, okay?
Sounds great, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. I guess didn't know that the way they have built that Cars Tour and everything they've got going on.
She was busy before it got big.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine what this year's been like. Yeah, she was running around when she was here that one weekend.
Well, she was up here in the booth during the Cars Tour race because I was up here. But she kept going in and out, back and forth and everywhere. I never really wanted to stop her and say, hey, whatever. So next time I'm gonna stop her.
Yeah.
Because I've been around her a lot, and I really enjoy. She's a few times that I've gone to the Cars. We went to the last Cars Tour race at Tri-County, and was really she helped us out with that. It was really cool. So I love the Cars Tour. Maybe we can get in the Cars Tour real soon. And then me and Adam and maybe we'll let Scott come and go watch you race. I'm not big on getting a plate for him, but that's just the way he is. All right, our next guest, if he shows up, is Tiger Tom Neal.
Oh, from last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Riley had some things to say last week.
I got a hold of him, and I think he kind of wanted to, but nah, I don't know if I want to do this or not. But I think Riley got a hold of it.
I'm sure he
He
did.
did, said, look, we're going to, so
Convinced him.
hopefully we'll have him on in a few minutes. And then we're going to have Lenny BATYCKI to tell us about what's going on down in Charlotte for get ready for the Roval. And it's,
You gonna do a show down there?
we have thought about it.
Yeah.
Todd Davis with Factory Canopies has said we can come over and use his area to do this, to do a show. And, but we went over there last year to do a show, and it never really materialized because they had so much stuff going on. And so Scott and I just said, well, we'll go back to the media center and hang out there for a while.
Sure.
But also got word week before last. I don't know if I've told you this or not, but this is Al Pierce's last week, the last year in with race with Auto Week. He's not going to be doing any more after this. He may try to go to Daytona next year to get that one more Daytona.
He says he wants to do it, yeah.
And but he said that's it. He's done. And
Well, good for him. He deserves some time off, man.
he's got a lot of health problems lately. And I mean, you know, but that traveling at his age and you know everything is tough. And I told him once he gets done with all that, he needs to come over here and visit us a couple times. I mean, he can tell the story.
He told me, he said he was planning on stopping by soon. This was a few months ago. It'd be good to have him come back. Yeah, this track races it.
Yeah, be nice. Well, I see where he popped on. I don't see him.
Tiger Tommy.
Tommy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, we can't see you. For some reason we can't see you too good.
Hold on a second. Let me go here and get some light.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there you go.
How you doing, man?
All right, how you doing, buddy?
We're doing really good now. Now, look, we had Riley on the show last week, and he talked a lot of trash.
Did he?
Yeah, he talked a lot of trash, and one of the things he said was he was the better driver, and you know, he has to teach you things.
I probably forgot more than he'll ever learn.
So how long you been racing? I mean, you've been racing for a while now.
37 years. 37 years.
All at Bowman Gray?
No, I raced Bowman Gray, I raced Hickory, South Boston, Myrtle Beach Speedway, New Smyrna, Florence, Anderson, Kingsport, Tennessee, Southern Nashville. I mean, Charlotte Motor Speedway. I've raced on about every racetrack around this region.
Well, that's pretty cool. I've been keeping up with things down at Bowman Gray. I knew you've been down there for a little while. So how's things going this year for you? How did it go for you at Bowman Gray this year?
I did. We didn't really race for points this year. We just raced to win and try to have fun because that point stuff gets to be stressful. We won back to back, and then I figured back to back was pretty good. No sense of trying to do it again. We won 3 races this year, and we won the KART County at the beach, and then we had some pretty good outings and had some good times. And like I said, I like Mac Little and all his dad and everybody else, MLP Performance, they helped a whole lot, and all my sponsors and all that stuff. I mean, my wife and the kids and my family, and then that's the main thing. It's a all family oriented deal. We all do it together.
So what you're telling me is Riley, he built it up in his mind and he's better than you. So that basically was just in his mind, right?
It's probably just in his mind. He asked him how many videos of the night does he watch of his pawpaw. Because that's what he was doing, watching them videos. That's what he watched. He watched videos for years and years and years, and he watched videos of pawpaw racing.
And he finally learned something then, evidently. Huh?
Yeah, he's a good little driver. Like I said, he's a little less aggressive than what I am. Which I mean, I'm not as aggressive as I used to be. I mean, when I was his age, I was balls to the wall. Didn't care if I brought nothing but the steering wheel back.
Yeah, he's done a good job this year with being the Division I Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah, I was proud of him. He done a good job on all that. He's real good.
So I mean, that's really cool that he's done that and he's followed in your footsteps to get that done. I mean, that has to make you really proud.
Oh yeah. Well, look, at least we got two of our Neal's names in the record books now. Because I mean, I won the national title in 21. I mean, or 2022. I think 2022. I won the national title. So that was pretty cool going to Indianapolis and the big ballroom and banquet and all that with all the big shots and stuff like that. And that was pretty cool. And the PRI show and all that. So that was an experience. So maybe he'll get the same kind of experience I did whenever he gets to go and up on stage with all the big shots.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. And I'm sure you're gonna be there cheering for him, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But let me ask you something. Was that you at Bowman Gray a few weeks ago that had a little problem there and parked the car on the start finish line?
Oh yeah, that was me. But one thing
I
about
was watching that race.
it, everybody can talk junk about it. One thing about it, I got my point across, and I got an apology from the track promoter because it was a bad call, and they seen it, and the scores didn't do right, and they apologized to me. But oh, you're gonna get suspended? You do this? I was like, no, man. I done had enough of it. It's like every time the caution comes out, put them back in front of the 21 car. I mean, two cars wrecked in the wall, hung them together, and you gonna put them back in front of me? Nah, I didn't. I was done like Popeye. I already didn't had too much. I wasn't taking no more. So I already done had two teeth cut out that Friday, and my patience level was really slim that night. So I just kind of let them have it real quick, like.
Yeah, I looked at the guy on the flag stand. He looked a little nervous when you were standing there and yelling and stuff. I thought, uh-oh, we're gonna have a problem here. But evidently everything worked out good for you.
Oh yeah, everything was great because I've been there a long time. They know me. Sometimes I get a little hot headed, but I mean, usually it's not over something that's not, I don't have a valid point of being upset about it because I mean I've let it go for a long time. I let it go and I let it go and I let it go, and then like I said, I was in pain that night already still in pain from where I had two teeth cut out on Friday, and I was like, man, I said I've had enough of this. I mean, I just had enough of it. I mean, I'm already going to be in last anyway, so what the hell? Let's just go over and park the car and get out and tell them what I thought about
it. What's it like racing at Bowman Gray? I mean, there's always something, interesting going on at Bowman Gray.
Oh, yeah. It's like I just told you, man, I've raced on every racetrack probably here I can sit on the Eastern Seaboard. Been all over, and I'm going to tell you right now, and I don't care if you're Kyle Busch, if you're Kyle Larson, if you're doggone Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kevin Harvick, all you big top dogs, they can say what they want and do what they want, but there ain't a racetrack on the Eastern Seaboard that puts 18,000 people in the stands and puts on a show like Bowman Gray Stadium does on Saturday night. They can have all their big time sponsors they want, this, and that. And if you want to watch a car lead a race and go around there and watch paint dry, that's fine. But if you want to go watch fender rubbing and scraping and bumping and jamming and excitement, that Bowman Gray is where you want to be at, and that's probably why Bowman Gray had over 600,000 views on Flow. Probably that's probably one of the main reasons Flow picked it up and staying with it.
Oh, it's. I mean, I watch it every chance I get. I kind of watch what's going on down there because it's an interesting place. I've been down there one time, and I tell you what, I loved it, and I think it's a great place to be.
Yeah, them Cut boys are gonna get their taste of it on February the 2nd when they come over to run their cars over. They're gonna get to know what Bowman Gray is all about. They trash talked it and some hadn't, some has, but they'll figure out what it's all about then. Like I said, when I first started racing years ago, when I run mini stock, I went to the Make-A-Wish Foundation for the Junction Boys and all that stuff down in Randleman at Richard Petty's place down there. And I was talking to Richard Petty, and Richard Petty said, I'm going to tell you one thing. If you win at Bowman Gray Stadium, you win any racetrack you want, any racetrack around here. He said, because that was one of the hardest racetracks he ever drove. So that was pretty impressive, him saying that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, I mean, it's a known fact, but it's going to be interesting to see those Cup drivers bring those cars down there and run at Bowman Gray. I mean, that's going to be a whole different type of race there for them.
Yeah, it's going to be a different ball game for them, but it's going to be it'll be exciting. And like I said, it's already done sold out already. I think the ticket sales are still they're been sold completely out. I don't think there ain't a seat left, but they'll see how it goes. I think I said it'll be exciting. It'll be something new, and like I said, I just hope that where NASCAR's took the track now, and it don't affect our racing as much. But I'm pretty sure that it's probably going to, because I'm already heard through the grapevine that the Cars Tour are probably going to come to Bowman Gray, and NASCAR Wheeling Tour Modified is probably coming over there, and maybe a ARCA race or a truck race. And I mean, there's a lot of things in the process in the brewing in the pot to come to Bowman Gray Stadium and race.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to see what all takes place with the Cup cars before everybody jumps in there and starts going there all the time. But I think it's a great place. I think it's something where everybody can learn something.
Yeah, I mean, it's the real true roots of grassroots racing. I mean, I talked to a guy the other day. I ain't gonna name no names. I left Martinsville Speedway. If that tells you anything, he said, "Tommy, I'm telling you, man." He said, "I got a $200,000 budget, and I can't run with them on the Cars Tour. I have a $200,000 budget." I said, "What's it take to?" He said, "Man," he said, "you got to have a $500,000 budget to run the Cars Tour now." I mean, it's a great thing that Dillon Hart Jr. and Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon and all involved in doing all that, but it's them drove the prices out of the roof for a blue collar worker, that works for a living. I mean, I own a septic tank company, and I'm pumping poo for a living. I ain't making $28 million to drive the Hellman's car for one race at Bristol. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't,
that's right. Yeah.
I ain't doing that. I ain't got sun drop and engineer and a wind tunnel and 5 people working on my car full time. I mean, it's just took the racing of the local guy. It's just took it out. It's gone. I mean, it's not there anymore. I mean, I was going to go run a pro late model race in North Wilkesboro October 19th. I was going to run. I even went and bought a 604 motor and everything. I was going to put it in my red car, and then they come up. Well, you can't run a Jericho transmission. You got to have an engine builder name sealed. And it's going to cost about $4,800 to go run that one race. And I was like, man, I ain't doing all that. Time you buy all the licenses and all. I mean, I ain't doing all that. It's just too much money. And everybody wants to know why everybody goes to Bowman Gray. I mean, yeah, it gets to be expensive. You're tearing up a bunch of shit all the time. But one thing about it, you ain't spending $4,500 to $5,000 a night to go race.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Unless you just totally destroy a damn car.
Well, Tom, we appreciate you being with us. I mean, Riley talked a lot of trash last week. I said, well, I'm gonna get him on here and let him see if he can talk trash about you. But
I love him to death. He can talk all the trash he wants to. He knows who the one that started the legacy, and so they're still carrying on. He's still carrying on my legacy. I'm the one that started the racing thing. So and then his dad was into it, and then his dad got out because he got into it. So Riley's into it big time now. So he's still carrying the NEAL legacy name on. So he can talk all the trash he wants to. He still got a long time to go before he catches Pawpaw's wins. I can tell you that now. So he's got a long road to.
Well, yeah, you need to tell me he ain't nothing like you. You're the man.
I've done everything that needs to be done at Bowman Gray Stadium. I mean, ain't really a whole lot I hadn't done. I've done about it all. So I mean, I do it because I enjoy it. It's fun. It's a hobby. I just like I said. I mean, I'd love to go do some other stuff racing, which like I said, we went to Carteret County, won that at the beach. That was fun. We did that, and we got another deal. We're gonna run the North-South Shootout this year with the Sportsman cars. Are run the North-South Shootout. So anybody wants to come to the North-South Shootout, we'll be there the 8th and 9th for the shootout.
That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be a good race too.
That'd be a good race. Like I said, I got a lot of things going on next year after Bowman Gray closes. I'm gonna try to run a 6 race deal for the Sportsman guys and 602s together. So I mean, hopefully it'll all work out for us. And I had a good success so far with it because Darren Hackett invited me to come back to the North-South Shootout with the car count that we had and the cars we had. So I think we'll have a good show down there too.
All right, Tommy, we appreciate your time, man. I know you're outside there and everything. We appreciate you being with us tonight. And
I had to come outside because my little girl, she'd be screaming like crazy. I would never hear nothing you said.
All right, well, we'll talk to you again real soon, and tell Riley I said hi.
I will, buddy. Y'all have a good night, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. He's one of the cool guys. There's no doubt about it.
You knew that was him parking it on the.
I did. I knew that.
You called it.
I knew that.
He said that looked like Tommy.
I knew. He got out of that car that night. So, well, this is not going to be good. But he turned that car around and put it right to the wall and got out. I said, ooh, this is going to be interesting. And I didn't even know who he really was. He says he got his point across. He was getting it across really good. You ever get mad on the racetrack and want to get your point across about how things are going?
I don't do that.
You ever went down and put a bumper on somebody? Do you get mad? Some of these guys, these folks are racing against you out there?
Yes.
Mm. So when you're running around here, everybody's friends and everything, you'll have every now and then you got a little gripe.
Yes.
Do you confront them and say, what did you do that for?
Sometimes.
It's pretty good. I mean, you know, you're not the one I would expect to do that, but go down and take care of those situations when they come up. All right, our next guest is supposed to be Lenny BATYCKI. Going to give us the rundown on Adam. I didn't get this thing straight tonight. You see that?
You're all over it.
I told you, I even have the name on the thing and everything.
All it took was Scott not being here.
I sat here while y'all. I got here today about 4:30. And picked up the pizzas and everything, and come back and got up here for 4:30. Had the ball game on, watched the ball game, and then I got to playing with this stuff here. I said, oh, let's see what I can do with this. And look what I did. You know, we might not even need Scott anymore after this week. So do you want to go to any more big races? And
Yes.
when are you going to talk your dad into going?
I don't know.
You got a boyfriend. How old is the boyfriend?
He's 14.
Oh, he's 14. How old are you?
13, but I'll be 14 in November.
Just want to make sure we're all getting a good time. So you said Dad gets along with him really good, so that's really,
Yes.
that's really cool. I've seen pictures, you know, got went out to eat.
Mini golf.
Mini golf. All y'all play?
Yes.
Oh, pretty good. It's pretty good when your dad likes your work. Well, come on, Lenny, we're ready for you now. And, talk a little bit. You know, Lenny and his show PRN at the track. This week they did their 1,000 show, or they're coming up on their 1,000 show or something like that. Wow. And, hard to believe that we're at 455.
Catching up, man.
So he does his, I don't know how he does his show, you know, he does a lot of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, I see Lenny BATYCKI has joined us. Let's get him on here.
Cute.
Well, I had it. There we go. Mr. BATYCKI, how you doing?
Well, I was trying to get my earbud things to work, but they're not working. But at least I can hear you, and you guys, I hope, can hear me and maybe see me.
Oh, we can hear you. We can hear you real good. So,
well, very good. Hey, it's Roval month.
I know, and we'll be down there the Friday before the races, and Scott and I'll be there. I mean, we can't wait to get down. We love coming to Charlotte.
I thought you were bringing Adam.
Well, Adam's. We wanted to bring Adam, but Adam's that's championship night here at Langley.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to be here for that, and
don't try to do Martinsville.
Me and Scott are coming down there, and one of our sponsors has already got us a motel room and everything there, so we're good to go. We're excited about it.
Well, who's your sponsor? Give him a shout out.
Well, S&N Communications with Brian Morehouse.
Very nice, very nice.
So
who's the driver there with you? Is that RYLEIGH?
This is RYLEIGH, RONDEAU. And she's getting ready to go start her limited late model career next year.
Awesome. Awesome. So going from legends and bandos to limiteds now.
Well, you've never been in a legend, have you?
Just Bando.
Just bandos and carts and going to a limited. That's pretty big stuff.
Wow.
So,
well, good luck with that. And it's always interesting when they make the move from the smaller footprint race cars to the bigger ones and how that adjustment is over the course of time, finding their corners.
well, we were talking about it earlier. I told her she needs to spend some time just getting used to it and then start working towards doing other things. So, but she's pretty smart. She can handle it.
Oh yeah, she'll be talking to Adam on the podium before long.
Yeah, that's the way it is. So Lenny, what all's going on down there getting prepared for the Roval? Anything big going on?
Well, they worked on some of the corners. I haven't been out to look at it because I think they were making some adjustments even the last couple of weeks or so. But it looks like they're going to make the course a little bit more driver challenging, but still, racing friendly. So we'll see how that works out. Until we get enough cars out on the track to really know, we won't know. I think one of the things that's interesting for everybody there in the Tidewater is our Grand Marshal, or one of our co-Grand Marshals, Ricky Rudd.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys got him lined up for an interview?
Not yet. I'm going to try to get a hold of him when we get down to Charlotte. I've tried to call him and everything, but, you don't get a hold of him very easily these days. But I'm going to try to get a hold of him. I knew his brother, his brother AJ. I knew him real well. I used to get a lot of my racing parts from him. So we got to know each other really good there, and Cliff Champion and all those guys that were with him. And so it's really, I want to get him on here right soon too. I mean, it's a big deal to have him part of that, and especially be going into the Hall of Fame.
Did you ever go out on Cliff's, cruise boat on Lake Norman?
No, but I have seen it. But I have not gone out on it. I've seen him.
He had quite the business there of taking folks out around Lake Norman and showing them off. Probably sold hundreds of houses for all those realtors there by just showing them how beautiful that place is.
Oh, unbelievable! My son took me on a cruise through the Lake Norman and all down through there, and I mean, it is unbelievable. Some of those places down there.
What can you tell us? Maybe the folks with you could tell us more about Eli Young. I'm not hip and cool enough to know about Eli Young and the home and the hometown songs that he has and all. But Eli Young is supposed to be a pretty hot country music band that's going to be our pre-race for the Roval.
Well, see, now I've heard of him, but I don't know a whole lot about him either. You know all about Eli? They don't know nothing about him either.
See, that'll be a cool deal for them to find out about. You can bring them home some videos and show them who Eli Young is. But our people are buzzing about that he will be a part of the pre-race for it. And then, of course, it's a wild card race. And it really is. I mean, the Roval in itself, anytime you run as a wild card, it's always open to who knows what chaos can happen. Now the corners are being changed. And it's a cutoff race for the round of 8.
Right.
Who's going to make it in?
What's surprising to me is we got Talladega coming up this weekend. That's going to be a big tale of how things are going to go, because Talladega is a wild card. I mean, anything can happen there. But I look at somebody like Chase Elliott. He's only 4 points above the cut line, and he's been consistent all year. But you got to get better than that to keep going.
Yeah, I'm kind of cheering for Chase Briscoe. That's that Cinderella story that I don't want to see end. And, kind of that good feeling when he at least continues to make it. So, I mean, I don't have a dog in the fight with him or anything, but just to, know that, the underdog and all those employees that are right on the precipice of a big life change there at Stewart-Haas, still have a little bit of hope and continue to move forward. And I can't believe Tyler Reddick right now isn't in. As long as he can keep close at Talladega, he's going to be really exciting to watch on that road course.
He's kind of fallen off the map here a little bit the last couple of weeks. I mean, he's not like it was, and now he's not in the hunt right now. But that don't mean nothing with Talladega and the Roval coming up. So. It could be anybody's call.
I heard you while you were telling the guys about the 1000th show that our episode of PRN at the track airing.
Yeah.
We have what he told me was he was one of the last race drivers to circulate around Southside, Charlie Beal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we were talking off air, and he said that he was testing in the winter and thinks that he was the last driver car on Southside before it was shuttered.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we're getting it back. So that's a
Yes.
that's a good thing. But tell us about this. You got 1,000 shows. That's hard to believe.
It really is. I can remember when they came to me with the idea that Marcus Smith wanted to have a grassroots show to help support the grassroots tracks and connect these rising stars. And looking back, we had Ryan Blaney on before he was a Truck Series competitor. We had Christopher Bell when he had just started, winning in pavement late model. So many of these drivers that are now big names were just, RYLEIGH's age and, coming up through the ranks like she is. And to see them grow and to see and then to have stories from Billy Moyer and so many of the other great drivers that have graced us with a couple of minutes of their time. But it's the stories of grassroots racing to the broader audience. We're connecting right now with, of course, the hardest of the hardcores and the internet audience that is always looking for information. We just want to give them a little tidbit on PRN at the track of some of the personalities that are in racing and let them kind of gravitate towards shows like yours that are such an important step once they come into the sport or start to look for it.
Yeah.
You give them that solid base, that information in a way that is really easy to accept and a way to get to learn even more than we can ever give in the 7-8 minutes that we get for any interview.
Yeah, I mean, it's you got a very special situation, and you do a great job with it. I mean, it's unbelievable. And do you ever? I mean, like I ask you every time, do you ever stay at home? Because every time I turn around, you're somewhere else.
Well, it's been a little bit of a slower year for me for a number of reasons. We moved from Mooresville towards the Statesville area. So I've had a lot of honeydews on the weekends with this new place to try to get a lawn started and things like that. So I've kind of limited my reach, but I still, have made a ton of races this year and would have gone to North Wilkesboro this weekend, except for the tragedy up there in the mountains with all the hurricane disaster and such.
Yeah.
Wilkesboro, Charlotte Motor Speedway, Bristol Motor Speedway, all centers for folks that want to participate in the aid process. They're accepting water and all sorts of things, and you can go on any of those tracks websites to be able to help through them. Samaritan's Purse, Red Cross, great people like that. We're finally starting to see some people getting in there and being able to help.
Yeah, we've got some groups here in this area that are getting to. Mark Works has a big group getting together, and they're going to take some stuff down. But we've got a couple.
South Boston does too.
Yeah, South Boston. I forget what the name of the group was, but they got a big thing going down there too. So a lot of people are getting involved, and that they need all the help they can get, from what I understand.
And I think that's one of the things that's going to be lost. Talladega, maybe some, you had Georgia take a pretty darn big hit and such, but I think we're going to be somewhat challenged. A lot of ticket buyers in that area already having their season tickets, things like that. People that would normally be last minute to come over this way. Well, they've got much bigger things to focus on than coming and sitting in a grandstand anywhere right now. And I think we're going to see that probably so for the Roval. There was a lot of steam and a lot of excitement going into the month of September. But you can't blame anybody for having to take care of family and do that right thing. And there'll be plenty of races at Charlotte Motor Speedway that they can come see. But if they're not already got their tickets and they're somewhere where their friends and family are safe, load them up and come on over. The Roval's going to be a wild card race in the wildest of fashion.
I know it's going to be a great one, and I can't wait to get down there. And of course, we had Doug Rice on here a couple weeks ago, and he and I were talking, and we're going to go up in the booth with Doug and Mark Garrett. He's going to show us the booths and everything up there. So we're going to go up there and do that. So I can't wait to get that opportunity to go up there and see how that works.
Well, and make sure you get a good picture of yourself with Doug. That's going to be his final Charlotte Motor Speedway race.
Right.
And a sad day. He's earned the retirement that he is going to be enjoying. But wow, to not have him on, every PRN broadcast is going to be a legendary voice that, we just have to adjust ourselves. But what a career, and what a neat fella.
He was. I mean, we had a blast talking to him when he was on here, and I hate to see him go. I really do. I hate to see him go.
He's going to be, we're doing a deal at Charlotte tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. for hurricane relief. And Doug is volunteered to be there and work some of those hours through that and meet the fans and stuff, and be maybe just a little incentive. Anybody in the Carolinas that has something can come over and meet Doug during and I don't remember the time he's going to be there, but he's going to be participating. Be quite an opportunity and a good way to help.
Yeah, he's a one of a kind guy. He and I were on a plane together coming back from Lakeland when the Hooters Cup Series was running. He and I rode on the same plane back to Charlotte, and I enjoyed because I learned a whole lot from him riding up the road with him. That was pretty cool.
That would be, man, that Lakeland Speedway. What a show place, big half mile, and just gone.
I know. I mean, I love that place. That was unbelievable. And that's another one I miss. That's another track I miss. A lot of tracks that I miss like that.
Every time, I know John Hunter was born up here, but every time I hear the Nemechek name, and I think more of Joe, and they typically connect him in Lakeland, always those memories of Lakeland Speedway come back.
Yeah, I enjoyed my trips down there. It was a lot of fun. So anyway. Well, 1,000 shows. When is it officially done already, or you got
done already? Charlie Beal is on the Southeast show. Depending on which show we count as $9.99 and 1,000, the two different versions. Charlie's on the Southeast one, and some other drivers are on the Mid America show. But we got two in the books already. They'll put the commercials to them, and Thursday night, PRN at the Track will go live on GoPRN.com and the stations across the country that play it. And hopefully folks will enjoy 1,000, and we'll get to working on however many we can do for the rest of the time in our career.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy your shows. I sit and listen to them every chance I get. I don't get to be on top of it all the time, but I try to get on as much as I can and listen to it. You do a great job.
Well, thank you. And it's an honor. 1,400 plus different people have been on the show. The widest group of racing voices to be heard, and over 140 of them different individual females that make our sport so great. So a lot of diversity, a lot of voices that are unique to whatever their topic and subject are, and the stories and passions that they share along with all of grassroots racing, and trying to introduce those voices in a manner that can get a broad audience interested in our sport through their ups and downs and their journey into grassroots racing and motorsports in general.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way you got to do it to get everybody involved. We hit 455 tonight, so
wow, congrats.
So I'm sitting here saying you got 1,000. That's pretty big, but I thought 455 was big.
I can remember hitting like 50 and then 100, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how is this so many? And as the numbers started to add up towards 1,000, and looking back at the people and the things that we chatted about and those stories, and we have unfortunately a few of our guests in those 1,400 that are no longer with us, and to remember guys like Jason Johnson from the World of Outlaws and others that have since passed. It's been phenomenal.
It has been. You got a great show. Thank you for what you do, because you really do a great job at what you're doing.
Well, Jack, I appreciate it, and I'm equally a fan of yours and what you do there, and that sincerely. We give each other up and down the road when we see each other, but you know, my professional respect for you and Scott and everybody else that puts on your show there from Langley Speedway. What you do is super important. I hope I am just that little bit of bait on the end of the fishing line that gets them your way. And, you know, once they get to you, I know they're in good hands and they'll stay in this sport.
Well, we do our best and we enjoy what we're doing. So it's a lot of fun for us. Well,
Well,
Lenny, I
y'all
appreciate it. Huh?
have safe travels coming down to see us for the Roval. Bring a bunch, bring a carload, and we can't wait to see you here next weekend.
I can't wait to get down there. We're excited about it. So we'll see you. Hopefully we'll get to see you this time we come to Charlotte. We didn't see you last time.
Well,
But,
I'll look forward to it. Adam, have a great night. Riley, nice to meet with you. And you got two rising stars right there next to you, Jack. Keep them going in the right direction.
We're doing the best we can because Adam is one of the best at what he does. So we're tickled with that.
We are
Right,
as well. I was impressed.
All
Take
right,
care.
Lenny, we'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The man right
That is the guy. He signed my chair too. He signed.
Oh, that's right. He signed your chair. We got to ask him about that.
Yeah, signed my chair. So that's a pretty big deal when you got him signing the chair.
Yeah. You could sell that and make a few bucks.
Well, I done told Chuck and Bill, if I ever leave here, this chair is going with me.
We'll make sure it gets to you.
Oh, it's going with me, no doubt about it. Well, everybody, that's our show tonight. I want to thank Riley, RONDEAU for being with us. Up and coming limited driver next year. Got the boyfriend and everything. You know, maybe we need to get him to come over here with you next time. So anyway, that'd be cool. Thank KEELEY, DUBINSKY, Tiger Tom NEAL.
Tiger Tom.
That was pretty cool to have him on here with us. Anyway, that's our show for tonight. We'll see you again next Tuesday night. Hopefully Scott will be back with us and we'll talk to you then. Thanks for tuning in. Like and share our show when you get the chance, please. Thank you.